Sean, stating, as you did, that the primary objection of this White House is that the CBO report doesn't take into account Phase 2 and Phase 3. Are there specifics, either in terms of the specific regulatory reforms that the White House is considering and the specific terms of the legislation that you would offer that are out there for people to study as part of this? Because as you surely know, Tom Cotton, among others, are skeptical of whether these phases can actually...
I don't... Look, the things that I mentioned earlier, allowing people to buy across state lines, to pool their insurance, to expand HSAs, to reform the FDA, all of those things, I think, unquestionably add competition and choice. There's no question about it. If one plan can sell that was in Maryland into Virginia where they can seek additional customers, that competition alone invariably brings down costs. And we've seen this in market after market, where once you allow competition by itself, that will bring down costs. It'll bring in choice. Right now, these insurance companies who have been mandated by the government to create certain packages that people don't need. You've got young people that are being told to buy packages that have, end of life care that they don't necessarily need. You've got people who are in their older phases of life being, having to buy stuff for maternity that may not be a service that they need at their stage of life. But the problem is that the government got involved in healthcare and started dictating what needed to happen instead of allowing the choice and allow people to buy a plan that actually was tailored to the needs that they want. Those reforms in themselves unquestionably bring down costs. There's no question. But I think one of the issues that has to go back to overriding this issue, and the president has stated this on numerous occasions, if we do nothing, if we just allow this to continue, it will collapse on its own. The cost of it is unsustainable. The premiums are going sky high in state after state, and the choices keep going further and further down. And so this idea of comparing it to Obamacare is a false choice, because they have no choice. It is, the choice is going away and the cost continues to get higher through every phase. And so to assume that the comparison is apples to apples is a false choice.
I'm not making that, but you've been critical from this podium of the Obama administration, of Democrats, and the way they went about passing the Affordable Care Act. In the interest of transparency that you accuse them of not following, of shoving it down people's throat, should the White House, should HHS put those details out now? Should they put the legislative details out?
I think the House is working on that in a lot of cases, and as that legislation gets done, I think that's a great question for Speaker Ryan. And I know that he's been working with the team and getting it done. And I think the sooner that we can get all those prongs out there, the better. I agree with you. But I think the big difference, just so we're clear, is that we posted this bill online. The Speaker had it out there. The President tweeted it out. Anyone in the country and anyone in the world could read it. That's a vastly different approach than after it's being done, told after we pass it, you can read it, which was what Speaker Pelosi said.